Been here before.
I just finished up. I actually picked up in Louisville, Kentucky. I was told to pick up between 4:30 and 6:30. I showed up at 4:30, and they told me my appointment was for 5:30, but they still had to wait for material to come off the line, and that alone was going to take an hour. So he wasn't sure how long it was going to take before he got to me. They didn't pull me in. They didn't come and get me until 11:30, which I had a pager. Apparently, the guy didn't even write down my pager number. But they pulled me up to the door around 11:30. It was like 11:45-ish. They pulled me in the door about 12, quarter after. And I didn't get done with strapping and tarping and everything until about 1:30 in the morning, where I ended up sleeping a couple hours, and I thought things were going to pan out a different way, but I had I don't want to say misconception, but it wasn't. It was just confusion. I confused one stop with another stop, and I was thinking that they received up till 2 o'clock, but they didn't. They actually stopped receiving at 1 o'clock. So I got my first stop off, which was Vandalia, Ohio, first thing in the morning on Wednesday, and then I tried to make it to my second stop, which was Pittsburgh. I ended up stopping about 80 miles from there, and then I ended up oversleeping by an hour and a half, which I almost never do anymore. I was just that tired. I just kept turning the alarm clock off. But Thursday morning, which was yesterday, I got my second stop, Pittsburgh, and then I got my third stop, which was just one bundle in Camp Hill, PA. And then my last stop was here in Taunton, Mass. It's Taunton, if anybody's interested on the spelling on that. And that was it. It paid decently. At first glance, it paid enough for me to... deadhead all the way down from Missouri. And off the top of my head, I really don't know what that deadhead is. Matter of fact. So I ended up deadheading 397 miles, and my loaded was 1,069 miles. Total 1,466 miles. It was 302 a loaded mile, and I made 220 an empty for all miles. 27.1% deadhead. So it's not horrible, but by the time I calculate in the tolls and stuff for it, it drops it down a good amount. Which I don't count. I don't count tolls by load. I count tolls by the month. So I look at the month and then I figure out what I spent on tolls, and then I drop it down to whatever I made for the month for all my miles. That makes it kind of, that balances out good, because there's a lot of loads that don't require tolls. So I mean, if you really look at it, if you want to look at it that way, your tolls end up being like 1 or 2 cents per mile. I don't even think they usually hit 2 cents per mile. Even when I count in all this, because I'm going to be traveling roughly 275-ish miles on toll road to get back home, going across I-90. pretty much it. We're going to lose a little bit on the next load too because of the deadhead. You figure I got 350 miles home, then another 180 miles. I'm going back up to Messina, grab another load of ingots, sows, T-tops, that's what I usually call them. And that's going down to Missouri. So I got to make that trip quick and then try to turn around and grab whatever I can to get back home. Next weekend we're having a graduation party for my daughter. So yeah, I got pretty aggravated with this load. 50% my, 30% my, in my head. I'd say the rest of it was due to them not having the product ready when it should have been. So they knew about it all day too. That's the one thing that the guy told me. He said, I'm on top of them, making sure that they're doing it. I've been on them since this morning. So it should have been done before I even got there. That was frozen. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.